All right. All right. All right. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Today is a Wednesday, and it's just another day. Another day in semi lockdown. We got a lot to talk about today because there's a few things going on. You know, the usual. Quite a few people, by Thai standards, uh, were found to have the virus yesterday. The numbers they're staying about the same now. They're somewhere around 2,000, but 15 people died, which is a lot for here. Doesn't sound like a lot of people, but what are you going to do? The government does what it does. There's a lot of things going on. Like I said, the prime minister is basically taken over complete power, or just about complete power. People are being sent to other provinces to be taken care of, and people are. I got one story here. It was in the Bangkok Post about a guy who died alone, and even though people knew that he had the virus and tested positive, he still ended up dying alone, and he couldn't even get into a hospital. So there's a few things going on, and then I just wanted to talk a little bit about women. My buddy, one of my buddies in Patia, and I were talking yesterday about how people in the United States, how guys are just getting royally screwed. And I know this has been going on for a while, but it basically begs the question, why would anybody want to get married in the United States when you have so much to lose, or Canada, or the West? And so we'll talk about that a little bit. But let's wait a few moments until some people come in. Right now, wow, it's not all that hot. Only 81 degrees Fahrenheit. We got 90% humidity, though, which kind of makes up 50% chance of rain. We are in the rainy season here, and it will definitely rain at some point. It does every day for the next couple of months. Zero wind. And let's see here. The air quality is 104, which is unhealthy for sensitive individuals. I got to say that I did go out yesterday to go to the ATM and get some cash, and the streets are virtually empty. Even this morning and the last couple of mornings, I've noticed that every morning and every rush hour, people are going to work and people are coming home from work. The street in our village is pretty busy. There's a fair amount of cars coming at all times for about a 2-hour period in the morning and in the afternoon, late afternoon. And now that's dwindled down to next to nothing. So things are going on here. Let's see here. Just make the whole stream about women. Well, you know what's going to happen. We'll be talking about this, what's going on here, and then all of a sudden it'll get into women, and then a lot of people will come in, and then it won't ever get back to the original subject, which is that the prime minister basically has, I don't know, let me see here, the cabinet, the Thai cabinet, let's see here, designated Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha as the sole authority in charge of all responsibilities and duties previously vested in his ministers to deal with the current COVID-19 pandemic. So basically, he is taking charge of everything. He has the final say. He basically can do everything that has to do with the COVID. Communicable Disease Act, Drugs Act, Navigation in Thai Waters Act, Air Travel Act, Land Travel Act, Armaments Act, Medical Equipment Act, Immigration Act, Public Disaster Prevention and Mitigation Act, Poisonous Substances Act, and National Health Security Act, among others. Today he's supposed to meet with the Federation of Thai Industries, the Thai Bankers Association, and Board of Trade in Thailand to discuss cooperation with the government in the fight against the disease and to hear their views and recommendation. The only recommendation I have is get the vaccine into the country as fast as possible. Because there's a lot of things going on, and a lot of people are worried, and a lot of people are pissed off. And I say a lot, and I'm talking about every single person that I've talked to, Thai and foreigner, is worried. They're stressed out about this. They don't like it. Who would? And they're pissed. The Thais that I spoke to are pissed off at the government. They expect more from their government. And, it doesn't seem like they're going to get it uh, in rapid fashion. How did my flu shot go? I still feel it a little bit. I don't know if it's that or just normal not sleeping all that well. My kids got it as well, and they're all right. Nicholas didn't feel really anything. Alex felt tired. Nicholas said he did feel a little bit tired, but Alex said he felt really tired. I was tired uh, for 2 days. I mean, since Sunday, I've been tired. Now I feel better, but can you let me see something here because you should be able to type that in. Let me see here. I'm going to try to put something in the white list. There is a white list. Let's see here. Let's not get carried away. I didn't make the white list or the black list. Let's see here. Community. Here we go. Trying to see if my name can be, for whatever reason, my name will be allowed into the chat. Let's see here. It should be. Yeah, let me see if I can put this in real quick. Go ahead and try it now, Gennaro. Just let's see what happens. Shitbird list. I shouldn't be on the shitbird list. So let's see if that works. I'm going to put my glasses on. I need to go to the eye doctor. There you go. It's working. So that's what I need to do. I got to put it in the white list. I need to go to the eye doctor because my glasses are not working as well as they were before. My eyes are getting worse as they do every year. Over time, your eyes get continually worse. And mine have gotten quite a bit worse. Now, I got to say, before I go on, right now, Soy Dog Cowboy, he has had surgery on his eye, one of his eyes. Let's see here. Emergency eye surgery for 2 retinal tears. So there was a problem with his eye. And he sent a message yesterday saying he went in, and I did send him a message today, but he hasn't got back to me. I just said, how you doing? What's happening? He may be, who knows what's going on. He may be resting. He may be not looking at anything, but his eye, he needed surgery for his eye. So there's rumor of going back to full 14-day quarantine instead of 7-day for vaccinated tourists. I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that or seen it. But it wouldn't surprise me. Listen, this whole filthy tourist, filthy foreigner thing is really, those people who watch the news in Thailand. There's a lot of people that have messaged me and they're like, what is wrong with the Thais? They want people to come back and yet they blame everything on the foreigner. When there are a large, like the issue of the mask in Phuket, where they're saying the Thais have said, where there's these problem foreigners and they're causing some of the problems down here because they don't wear their mask. Now, I know that there are people that absolutely refuse to wear a mask. And I've seen both Thais and foreigners. Now, a lot of times the Thais tend to be old people, like old Chinese or Thai Chinese. They're just not wearing it. They're like, I don't care. And I don't know if that's the case now. Most of the people that I saw without a mask on yesterday when I was out, and I just went to the ATM and to 7-Eleven. Soy Dog Cowboy has 2 retinal tears in one of his eyes, and he had to have surgery yesterday. Emergency eye surgery. He said, I'm having emergency eye surgery in an hour for 2 retinal tears. Getting old sucks. So that's what happened with him. But the majority of people, I mean, maybe in the past it would be about 80-20. Maybe 20% of the people were walking around and they had their mask down or they just weren't wearing a mask. Very few people just didn't have anything on. But a lot of people would wear their mask down to their lip or down to their neck, like 20%. Now, yesterday, what I saw in the time that I was out, which was only about an hour, I would say like 98% of the people were wearing masks. The 2% of people who were not wearing the mask were the ones who were the workers who were doing hard labor. I mean, they were out digging ditches and, like working. They had their head stuck inside of a bus, that kind of work. They weren't wearing their mask, but they weren't around other people. Now, I don't know how that would look to, a police officer. But the bottom line is that now there's even more provinces. I think it's something like 52 provinces. They have mask laws now where you need to wear a mask or you get fined up to 20,000 baht. And I was wondering, like, if you just happen to be standing there in the corner and there's a cop and you don't see him, and you kind of pull down your mask, there's nobody near you. You pull down your mask so you could take a breath and you put it back up. Is he gonna write you? Is he gonna fine you? I don't think so. That's not how it works here in Thailand. Most of the time, they're pretty tolerant, and even when they're being strict about things, like they're starting to be with this lockdown, they would say, "Hey, put the mask up" or something like that. And then if you said no, then they would give you a fine. Well, this is the thing. I saw a video earlier, and let me see here. Oh, okay, good. What is this here? So they just sent me my COVID paperwork here through the mail, through email. But let me see. What was I looking for? Damn it, I forgot. Oh, the video. Okay. So this he sounds Australian by his accent. He comes to the door, and he's in Thailand, and a Grab driver walks up to the door, starts to hand him his food, and the guy starts to give the Grab driver a hard time for wearing a mask, and he starts saying there's no COVID, it's all bullshit, it's about control, it's about this, it's about that. He just goes off on this poor Grab guy, and the Grab guy goes, like, do you want the food? It's 250 baht. He's like, yeah, I'm going to pay, but take your mask off. And the guy doesn't take his mask off. And you could see the Thai guy was starting to get a little bit pissed because he didn't deserve that. And when I saw it, my first thought was, first of all, as I said the other day, if this is just a big conspiracy, man, this is one hell of a conspiracy, because millions and billions, trillions of dollars are being lost. And, you look at India and you see how many people are dying. Okay, so let's just say that half of those people are elderly and they've got problems. Most people in their lives develop some kind of medical problem. It might be minor, it might be major. But you're going to tell me that all the Indians that are dying and all the Indians that are getting this disease and that might die, it's all just bullshit. And this is the point. First of all, if the guy wants to think that way, then stay in your house, don't wear a mask, but don't spread your bullshit on other people like a Grab driver who's just trying to give you his food, give you the food, and get his money and get out of Dodge. Go back to work. Makes no sense to me. It's one thing if you want to go, you don't need to wear that mask or something like that, and then you get your food, you give him the money, and you go. But no, this guy was razzing him. It was a 3-minute video. and he's just razzing the guy. And the Grab guy's just standing there going, what the he's just like, he doesn't need it. He just wants to do his job and go home. These Grab guys, yeah, everybody thinks that Grab is making out like bandits. The company is, but the drivers, I mean, yeah, they're doing all right. They're doing pretty good. They're making money, but so what? Aren't they supposed to? Aren't people supposed to make a good living? So they just happen to make a good living because there are a lot more deliveries now. That doesn't mean you can razz them when they come to your door. We have like 40 to 50 people with Indian variant. Well, as of May 1st, all flights from India are banned into Thailand. So that's another little tidbit of information. And listen, without going over all of these articles that I've been reading, and there's at least a dozen. There's the one here where the guy used to employ like 13, 14 people, and now he's got 2 or 3. He's been in business for over 30 years, and he's basically just hanging on by a thread, and he's a relatively small business. And this is what's going on now. And the thing is that Thailand is just, I don't know what's going through their heads, because they're talking, like, who was it that said this a little while ago? Here in this, what is your name? The rumors of going back to 14-day quarantine instead of 7. Yeah, okay, maybe that's the case. But in Phuket, they're saying, everything's going, it's just right on track. We're going to open up on July 1st, and everybody's going to come in. And as long as you're vaccinated, everything's okay. And personally, I don't think it is okay. This is my own view. I don't think it is okay. I don't think it's going to be okay in October. If this keeps up, first of all, and I've said this a million times, who wants to come here when nothing is open? And okay, maybe things will open up. But why make a promise? Like, we're going to open in July. Okay, I can understand before, but now, July is not that far. July 1st is not that far away. You got basically 2 months to get this under control. Now, I was reading of this, and my wife had told me of several stories like this, but this guy, basically his name was Ek. And he went to his home province of Nong Khai for Songkran. He flew back to Bangkok April 15th, and he was told that a relative he met had tested, during Songkran, had tested positive for the virus. So he was a high-risk group. He went in and for a test, and the test said that he was negative. But they said he needed to take a second test. So he tried and tried and tried. And he tried to make an appointment on April 20th, but they said they only had the capacity to test 20 people a day, and they advised him to go early, come back early the next day, like really early, and then he can get an appointment. Well, the next day he showed up at 5:30 a.m., and all the appointments were filled. So when you're going to make an appointment in Thailand, a lot of times, if you're going to make an appointment in Thailand, and you got to come for something, coming at 5:30 in the morning usually isn't good enough. Go to immigration. If you got to go to immigration, they open up the doors at like 6 or something like that. And people they just sit there in the lobby and just wait. And so what it is if the doors open at 6, there are people there waiting to be the first person through the door so that they can be the first person in line. And so, when they do this is just, by 8 o'clock, the place is got a couple hundred people. So this guy, he comes at 5:30 in the morning. He still can't get an appointment. Let me go on here. Um, and the nurse said, better luck next time. So he went back to his condo, and he felt sick. He was tired, and he began to cough. So he bought some over-the-counter medicine, and then basically isolated in his room. He tried to apply online for a test through Social Security in Bangkok, but I guess because he had registered in Nong Khai, the security office called them later on and said they would arrange for a test at a place in Bangkok. So on the 24th, they called him up and said they have an appointment for him on the 27th. He went on the 27th. See here, he said he insisted on going for the test on the 27th to avoid the long queue. And this is all, this story is told through his friend Bu. He said he had no fever, only a cough, and he said he was still hanging in there. X said he wouldn't be able to answer phone calls too often as he was exhausted. So that gives you an idea of just how exhausted people get from this. Pretty sad story here. And then it says here, so his friend said, go to the doctor right this second, immediately. Eck was hesitant, saying he did not want to be turned away at the hospital again. Well, I think I would have went, but during what would be the last phone conversation between two friends, Eck told Bu he had to stay strong as the April 17th test appointment was only a day away. However, Eck's voice was growing weak and his speech disoriented. Alarmed by his friend's worsening condition, Bu got in touch with a receptionist at Eck's condo who alerted the 1669 COVID-19 hotline. The hotline officer insisted on talking to the sick person or his immediate family member to decide whether his condition was serious enough to send for an ambulance to pick him up. Oh, this guy's just calling just to, just because he feels like calling. Fucking idiots. Bu then called the Nong Khai Social Security office, which said it could not help because the case was being handled by the Bangkok office. He then contacted the 1330 hotline, which said it would serve only confirmed COVID-19 cases. In the meantime, Ek texted Bu saying he was mustering the energy to stay strong. Rescuers went to Ek's condo at 10 a.m. on Monday and forced their way into his room, where they found him unconscious. Attempts to revive him were futile. He died there soon after. His body was left in the room for 8 hours pending a post-mortem. Doctors said he died of heart failure, but his family believes it was COVID-19 that took his life. Now, I don't know, but that doesn't sound like heart failure to me. Well, Gennaro, I think you're right, buddy. I hate to tell you, and I hate to say that, Longhorns, because I know you want to get here, but even if the bars are load open, they won't allow us to be able to survive because not enough customers will bother to go. Probably not. And, if you're smart, who wants to go into the bars and be next to some chick that you don't know? You don't know where she's been. She's been around other guys because you know that they mingle with a lot of people. I mean, it just isn't smart. I mean, I think the bars are going to go the way of the dodo bird. I think there's going to be some that are going to remain open, and the rest of the time it's going to be Tinder, Thai friendly, and just ads. Girls are going to be like, "Hey, if you want to hook up, Facebook, whatever." They're going to hook up with guys, and that's how business is going to be done in the future. I knew Longhorns would have something to say about it. When the bars opened briefly, there was only 1/5 of the capacity. Yeah, I'll be optimistic until the numbers get to at least 5,000 a day, and then that's still not Armageddon. Listen, when Nicholas has gone out in the front of the house, and walked around and stuff, and there's nobody out there. But he told me, he goes, it's like a zombie apocalypse out here. There's nobody out here. And I'm like, let's not get carried away. It's not quite that bad yet. But you see this guy here that we're talking about. He fell through the cracks. Now, this is the big thing, because now they're transferring people from Bangkok to other provinces. More than 10,000 people to help ease overcrowding in hospitals in Bangkok, where more than 10,000 people have tested positive for COVID since April 1st. Some coronavirus virus patients are now being sent to the neighboring provinces, Samut Prakan and Samut Sakhon, just south of the capital, for treatment. Field hospitals are reopening in Samut Sakhon, the epicenter of the last wave of infections in December and January. So far, around 400 patients infected with COVID-19 who are either asymptomatic or who just have mild symptoms are being treated at the field hospitals at the University of Samut Prakan. Some of the patients were first treated in Bangkok, but were transferred to a field hospital until they were confirmed to be in stable condition. Now they're starting to open up the stadiums and make the stadiums field hospitals. It was brutal for even me, a guy in my late 30s. I'm trying to compare Thailand to California, and Texas about half the population of Thailand. Took my second Moderna shot about 9 hours ago. So far, no side effects. Well, that's good. Listen, I'll be honest. I mean, I'd like to get the shot, but guess what? No have for me. Right now, I can tell you the restaurants are not busier than before. At least not with diners, who are dining in the restaurant, in restaurant dining. Hopefully, Thailand gets a healthy shipment. Well, I know that the United States is shipping stuff to India, as are I think the UK and forget where else. Pfizer was a bit rough, especially the second dose. Yeah, I mean, and I'm gonna say it again. If you are outside of Thailand, don't come here right now. You don't want to come here right now. I mean, unless you want to shack up with your old lady and you want to go through all the bullshit to get in here, and you just want to shack up with your old lady. And I'm not talking about some chick you met online and you don't know her, she's some hoe or something. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, she's your girlfriend for 4 years or 5 years. You're going to marry her, or you're married to her, or something like that. Okay, then maybe there's a reason to come here. You got a family here. Okay, I could see that. You want to come here. You want to go through the hassle. And maybe you're like, okay, if I get over here, then everything, you just stay at home and you don't go out and you don't put yourself at risk. I understand that. But now is not a good time to be traveling around. It's not a good time to be moving around here. And, I was talking to a few people, and I guess the U.S. has been sitting on about 60 million AstraZeneca vaccines that still haven't been approved for use. To buy a damn freezer instead of going to the market daily. Yeah. I've already talked about how if you go to another province and you're coming from one of the red zone provinces, you're going to get tested. And one thing I was talking to with a couple of people, actually, is that for all you know, you go up there and you're alone. You're going to go meet your girl. You're all happy. Woo, yeah, I know I'm negative. Right? And You go up to immigration, the immigration guy, the guy testing and everything, and the doctor or whatever he is, through the checkpoint, and the guy goes, "You got it. You're positive." Now it could be a false positive, for all you know. It could be they just don't want you going there. I mean, I want to believe that that's not going to happen, but you don't know. I don't know, and I can tell you, and not to bring this up again, but I can tell you as somebody who has been here for a long time, you don't ever discount anything. So if you go to some checkpoint and they go, "No, you can't get in." Well, wait a minute, I don't feel anything. Yeah, you're positive. You might not even be positive. It might be a false positive. It might be that they just don't want you going there. And they don't have to give you any reason. You know why? Because you're not Thai. And even if you are Thai, they don't have to give you any reason. You would think that they would, and normally they will. But if they really don't want to, they don't have to. They can just go, "Nah, you can't come in." By order of the governor, we have the right to turn away people from our province. And then you're like, "I flew all the way over here to see my girl. Now she comes out. On the way out, she tests positive. Now maybe she really has the virus. She's going in the hospital or she's going somewhere." And a lot of times they won't even test you until they know they have a bed in case you do test positive. So, I mean, this is why. And the other thing is, the other thing is, let's say, is it really that bad right now for COVID? Well, I don't know that the virus itself is all that bad, but the virus coupled with the restrictions is making things really bad here. There are a lot of people that are struggling. I wish Carlos was in here. I thought he said that he was going to do some kind of a food drive or something yesterday or day before, because there were people who were in need of food. And there was a story, I don't remember which publication it was in, but there was a story about how a lot of the bar girls have gone home. They go back to their province because, they can live there on the farm, and it's, fairly inexpensive. But some of them are sticking around and they're sleeping in the bar, and they're basically, listen, some of these girls, if you have ever talked to them, some of them, they really, they get by on next to nothing. I mean, they might eat twice a day, and they have a little sticky rice and some fish or some chicken or something like that. They're getting by on like 50 baht a day, 100 baht a day. Start exercising. Younger you are, better. Yeah, exactly. Also, Scott, you're a hot dad. Don't let the virus get you down. Well, I've been told by more than one person I'm a hot dad. It's so tiresome being a hot dad. The Orwellian aspect aside, I see some advantages to a vaccine passport. Well, I think you do need to keep track of all the times you've been vaccinated, and who knows how many times. Shit, think about it. If you got to be vaccinated once a month to stay alive, are you going to do it? If you know it's going to keep you alive, will you do it? Of course you will. Whatever it takes. Take the little pill. Side effects are good. It means, what choice do they have? The Thai government isn't helping anyone, the bastards. That's another thing. There is no safety net. There is no, like welfare system. People aren't getting thousands of dollars here like, they are in the United States and some other places. They're not getting monthly checks or anything like that. Heading out for the evening. Take care. You too. You too, Reinhardt. Take care. He's a hot daddy bear. Oh, thank you. Scott, how are things with your family? Your kids are still able to go to school and your wife's still going to work. What about your friends in Thailand? I'll be honest. I'm a bit just drained from all this. I'm sick of it. And my wife said to me yesterday, uh, she said, I don't think I can do this for a whole year. I hope it's not going to go for another year. She's like, I'm tired of living this way. I'm tired of this lifestyle. And I'm like, yeah, well, we all are. Let's just take it one day at a time. And when one person is down, you gotta help them and help them through it, right? She is still working from home, and she does have to go out. I think she's got to go out today, which is a bit troubling, but it's a must. So okay, my kids. Nicholas is out of school. He's got to start university. He can't even apply to his university, the university he wants to get into, until he gets his grades from his high school, which don't come until the first week of May. So he's not going to do anything until at least August. And Alex is in school, but he does everything online right now. So I don't know. I know every day he has a couple of things. He'll have a project or something like that. Uh, now it's stayed around 30 to 40 active. And is Chuck in cahoots with TKO Sam? Is Chuck in Mexico yet? Yeah, Chuck is in Mexico. I did send him a message. He hasn't got back to me, but that's probably because he's out with his little friends running around doing all kinds of things, that we might not want to know about. What about shopping? Is it tough to go to a grocery? No, it's not. It's not difficult to go to a grocery store. In fact, first of all, you can always order online, and you can get almost everything that you can get if you go into the grocery. Um, but you can go into the grocery. You can go in to um, the mall, but the hours have been cut. They're not allowed to sell booze. Technically, they're not allowed to sell booze in Bangkok at restaurants. They do sell booze at other places at certain times, like they always do. So it's not that difficult to get food and all that kind of stuff. But we've stocked up a bit. I got an order that's going to go probably Friday or Saturday. This stuff's coming in. Usually, you can get the stuff within a few hours. It'll be delivered 2-3 hours. You can have your food delivered, your groceries delivered. You want food, you can get food, just like from fast food restaurants or whatever. But the groceries can be delivered in about 2 or 3 hours. Now it's like 2 days, and before it was like 3 days. So that's why I say I'll have an order coming to us probably Friday or Saturday. Where's Patia Bob? Does he have a YouTube? He has a YouTube, but he basically uses it to chat or whatever. And yes, he's recovering, and it was a nasty infection, but he is getting better, and hopefully he'll continue to get better. They are in a state of emergency in restaurants in Tokyo at the moment. Can't sell alcohol because the clusters are happening from people drinking. Yeah. Yeah, I use, I'll show you something. I got, on this one, let me see if I can do this here. I got the Food Panda right there. Eat Ego right there. And then I got Grab over here. Grab is, make sure there's nothing showing on there. There's the Grab. You can get, transportation. You can get food. You can get a mini market. You can get packages delivered. I found a new place that sends packages, and it's pretty inexpensive. That's Flash Express. They're pretty good. So, and you can get all kinds of fast food, and, you can get sushi. You can get Pizza, you can get whatever you want delivered. I don't know if that's how it is in Japan. I'd assume it is. But, that shit adds up, too. I'd rather cook a meal, at least the majority of the time. I like to cook a meal and, you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to pay extra because you always got to pay a delivery charge. Most of the time you got to pay a delivery charge. And the food's more expensive, because it's from a restaurant. If we get something from right down the street or across the street or something, it costs us like $1.25. So for like $5, you can feed the whole family a meal. Grab and Food Panda. I'll never get sushi delivered. It scares me. If they tell you how far away the places are. And so if they're like 8 minutes away, I don't have a problem with it. Delivery is expensive here in Tokyo. It's easier and cheaper to make your own food. Yeah. Here, labor is very, very cheap, so. How goes the hot COVID life? What are you maintaining your badass? Actually, I started lifting weights again. My kids got some weights the other day because my kids are lifting. And they got a barbell. We got dumbbells. We got barbells. And I actually told them, get out the focus mitt. Let's. I'll train you guys a bit. Get back and get into a routine again. We got to have a routine. It's just like being in prison. If you've ever been in prison. Now I've never been in prison, but I know about it, and I have been to jail for a weekend, drunken weekend. But if you're going to pass the time, you need to get into some kind of a routine, which is like, 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock stream, 9:30 to 10:30, study Thai, 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock, exercise with the kids or whatever. You got to get into some kind of a routine like that. So how's the coffee addiction? Listen, one of the things I'm ordering, I'll tell you exactly what I'm ordering. Where's it at here? Oh, that's the other thing. For groceries, I use Happy Fresh. Happy Fresh they allow you to order from Tesco Lotus. What else? Tesco Lotus, Big C, and Fresh Mart. 3 different, and plus some other places that sell like wine and specialty foods and stuff like that. And there is that also, the TV, but I get sick of it. I'm ordering milk, 4 liters of milk. I'm ordering some paper towels. I'm ordering some water. I'm ordering some chicken breast, although our freezer is filled with them. Some Lavazza coffee, some Kellogg's Corn Flakes Honey Crunch, which is for Nicholas. And I think that's it. Yeah, well, I put on a good show, eh? I put on a good show. I act like I'm sane, but really I'm not. I'm completely nuts. Lots of frozen salmon. Yeah, they sell frozen salmon here, of course, but I don't find it to be as good as regular old fresh salmon, and that's expensive here. It's very easy just to go, you know what, screw everything. I'm just going to lay there and watch TV. But, there's always, I got tons of videos that I've never edited. I've never really even done anything with, and I go, oh, maybe I can do something with them. There's always writing for me. There's my photos. I got tons of photos I've never really looked at or never edited. I mean, I always got stuff to do. It's just a matter of, do I really feel like sitting there and doing that? We always got stuff to straighten up around the house. Yeah, fresh salmon is expensive. Paleo Robbie. Yeah, Paleo Robbie is expensive. Order that every day. Three meals a day and see how that adds up. You know, what's that going to run you? Uh, $800, $1,000 a month. It's a lot, man, just for like one guy. And yeah, this is the thing. When I order, like if I order and everybody's at home, I'm like, man, I really want that burger. It's $13 for this burger. And then if I get the burger and the kids or the wife sees, they're like, "Oh, what'd you get us?" Well, get you. I didn't get you anything. You didn't say you wanted anything. You didn't ask. What am I eating? The same old shit. Oatmeal, muesli, bananas, chicken, Thai food, for dinner. I thought about maybe now is a good time to start cooking again and make some cooking videos. Make some more cashew chicken. Make some good Thai food. Make some pad kapow. Plenty of dishes I can make in Thai. Actually, my wife makes a lot of good stuff, but she always makes the South Thai curry. Uh-huh. You just have to bring that up, don't you? Everybody's got to bring up all these other channels, don't you? Bastards. I'm a little disappointed because I'll tell you what, I don't want to eat pad kapow. It's not one of my favorite dishes. It's really not. I mean, I like it, but it's not one of my favorites. When I go out to eat, I want to eat something that I'm like, man, that was so damn good. Pad kapow to me is like, I hate to say this, but it's like peasant food. It's like eating potatoes and, DJI Pocket 2, is it a good video camera? Well, I'm sure that TKO Sam could help you with that too, but I believe the reason I haven't got it, first of all, is because it's made in China, which, I don't particularly like to buy anything made in China, but, you can't get around it sometimes. That aside, it's not as durable as some of the other video cameras, the action cams, kind of, but it is lighter. It's very small. But you could get a Sony that's small that, will do the job. You can get a GoPro 9. They're supposed to be awesome now. And I haven't bought anything like that. You still have that Lumix GH4. I remember when you got that thing. I think, like for me, I don't particularly like carrying around a lot of shit, man. I'm so sick of it. I don't want to carry around a bunch of gear. So I actually have thought about buying that Pocket 2. To me, it seems that it's a bit, I don't know if it can hold up over a long period of time and, or it's going to break down because it's not all that durable, But supposedly the quality is great. The other thing is that it's, I believe, in order to be able to have a screen that you can look at to see where you are filming, you need to be using your phone, which to me defeats the purpose. If you don't have a window that you can look at, if you don't have something, if you're not holding your phone and you can't see what you're filming, you don't know if you're in frame sometime. So that's another thing. And then if you're going to use, even with the GoPro, if you want to stream with the GoPro, you need to use your phone and connect your phone to it. The Sony yeah, that's the one. But that's old. And they could come out with something new at any time, and then, the price will drop. What GoPro do you have, Sammy? I just had some comment guy day before yesterday. The wife made it, and it was very good. Woman guy is my favorite. You have the 6. Supposedly the 9 is fantastic as long as you get the media mod, which it's going to cost you an extra $100 or something like that, $130. As long as you get that, it's supposed to be fantastic because it's got a leveling feature an anti-shake that's phenomenal. A stabilization in it. The GoPros are good. Just I've had my GoPros; they always break down for some reason. But hopefully the 9. I've been thinking about getting a 9 for a while, and I just don't know because you know what? Where'd my case go? All right, look, this is what I use. I got my case, heavy duty case. You can drop the thing, whatever. And I just use this. This is 8. And I thought instead of getting. Oh, thank you, Mr. Longhorns. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Excellent. Choke D. Choke D to you. What was I going to say? Oh, I think to myself, listen, if I'm going to get a GoPro, it means I'm going to carry a GoPro. I'm going to carry the Media Mod. I'm going to carry a cable, to charge it and all that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll have an extra battery. I don't know if that one comes with a battery. If you just charge the battery, I think you just charge the battery. You don't have to take the battery out. You get yourself an iPhone 11 or something. It's supposed to be fantastic, and you get a better deal than the 12. It's got great stabilization, so I'm like, which one do I get? GoPro 9 or the iPhone? Because you know what? I'll use a phone all the time. I won't use a GoPro all the time. I have a camera with great, what do you call it? 4K video. But guess what? It's heavy as hell. I don't want to bring the goddamn thing with me all the time. I just don't want to carry all the shit around. So a GoPro is great in that regard. Whether you got to carry that in a phone or just a phone, it doesn't really matter. It's still lightweight. I want a drone though. From this year, I seriously want to get going on motorcycle camping trips. Well, they got a lot of little drones out there. I still have the big one, the 4. What is it? The Phantom 4, and I don't use it all that much. My phone camera mic is broken. Well, that sucks. I got this little thing right here for. I don't want to rip this thing apart. This thing, the Rode mic, and I use it as my mic on my like what I'm using right now, and I can use it on my phone if I really want to. And it comes with a little pussycat, a little duster. Pretty good. Where am I at here? All right, we already talked about the guy here. We don't talk about that. Third wave, unpalatable reality. Well, we already talked about that, about how the restaurants they're not doing well. Restaurants, large and small, have turned to home delivery services to sell their food online, but the high fees charged by those services, as much as 35% of the bill, are eating away at their already low profits. All right, they don't charge that to the customer. Yeah, you get dick inside her. Would you like some dick inside her? With Eatigo, they give you discounts at certain times of the day. What's your next big trip? What is your next big trip, huh? Hard to say, man. I just came back from Railay and Phuket and Khao Lak, and I had a lot of fun. It was great, especially Khao Lak and Railay. Gorgeous places, beautiful. And I was planning on going to Kopayam, which is down by Ranong. It's on the western side, I guess, of Thailand, southwest. And Now, because basically they've made it to where you're going to have to get a test between every time you go from province to province. I just said it's not worth it. I'm not going to go. And and then if you test positive, it's like, okay, what's going to happen? The family's going to come visit me? No, I could die down there and nobody's even going to see me. So if I'm going to die, I might as well die near home. But hopefully things will lighten up in the next month or two, and I can go back on the road, because I miss doing that. I don't want to sit here all the time. I can't stand it. I like it every once in a while, but not all the time. How's Preo doing? I don't know. I haven't been there in a while. It's been what, a week? It's been since that stream that I did the other day, and she wasn't there. But she's starting to grow up, if you know what I mean. She's becoming a woman. And for dessert, cake next, Gennaro. I'll have pie for dessert. Oh, I thought you wanted a beer for dessert. These guys in their barista. All right, so we already talked about that. Now, Hua Hin. Hua Hin. See, this is what I don't understand. Hua Hin to submit October reopening plan for government approval. The seaside town of Hua Hin is working to propose vaccinated foreign tourists for October. The Hua Hin Recharge campaign aims to include the resort town in the government's reopening plan. He says the area has already earned a reputation for wellness holidays and being a popular seaside destination just a few hours from Bangkok. Adopting a similar criteria to the Phuket Sandbox model, the campaign is targeting vaccinated foreigners flying into Bangkok's Suvarnabhumi Airport by private jet to Hua Hin Airport. All international visitors would be subject to a COVID-19 test on arrival and would need to download the Thailand Plus tracing app prior to being transported to their hotel. Tourism operators are hoping to offer tour packages as well as partnering with their counterparts in places like Phuket and Pattaya to swap visitors once tourists have completed 7 days in Hua Hin. He says if the reopening is approved, local operators hope to receive around 100,000 foreign visitors, primarily from countries like China, Japan, Germany, Scandinavia, and the UK. In total, these numbers should result in 1.2 billion baht in revenue. However, as with elsewhere, everything hinges on the vaccine rollout. I don't think everything hinges on the vaccine rollout. I think everything hinges on getting people to where they're not getting sick all the time. And the vaccine is imperative in that. However, right now they're getting sick and you don't have the vaccine. So saying it's imperative you get it, yeah, okay, well, that's like a given. So why say we're going to open up? Why not wait and have everything ready and say, listen, it's ready to sign off. All we got to do is change the dates. I thought you were going to keep using the only Thai girl's name. What? I thought you were going to keep the using only Thai girl's name. I don't know what the hell that means. I wonder who's replaced the coconut girl, buffalo girl. Pie, there you go. Beer. Pie, there you go. Who's Pie? Buffalo girl. Pie equals pie. Never heard of her. Neither have I. Well, that's the thing. Why even talk about October? Why are we talking about October? Beer's nickname is Pie. Since when? Who gave her that nickname? I didn't give her that nickname. We were playing a game. Okay. Scott, when are you going to stop being so badass? First I have to start being so badass, and then I can stop. So I don't know why Hua Hin is trying to do this. In order to achieve reopening, inoculations in Hua Hin must start by June 1st and continue until September 30th, with the number of required doses needed being 353,498. So they know exactly how many people they need to vaccinate in order to open this place up. It just sounds like horse shit to me. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys, and who him. It just sounds like bullshit to me. You know, it really does. It just, to me, it sounds like complete bullshit. How about you worry about getting the goddamn vaccines here? Get the vaccines here. And you know what? Instead of just thinking about all the Thais and all the people who are essential workers and getting your tourists back, how about you take care of the people who live here and who have families here, like me? Scott, I unsubbed from all news recently and I feel better now. Well, I've unsubbed from news in America pretty much. I tend not to watch that much. And now I'm watching the news here because I want to know when am I going to be able to move around. And there's a lot of people that want to know, but I don't think Phuket's going to happen. And I think, listen, by the time it does happen in October, even more places are going to be shut down. I mean, I showed some of the places that, they're shut down now. I mean, it's like, we've talked about it before. When you start shutting down McDonald's and 7-Eleven and Starbucks and Burger King, and they are not just shut down temporarily, they're pulling out all their gear and all their machines, and they're just completely done. And that's a month ago. What's going to happen? And I made it out in time. I barely made it. I made it in and I made it out just on time. Just in time. If I had waited a little bit longer, who knows what would have happened? What would have happened? I might have been stuck there. But imagine how it was a month ago, and now they've got this third wave, and things are even more strict. How are they going to continue? In 6 months, what's going to be around? I mean, it's crazy, man. And even to think about it is like, why don't we get through it first and then we'll worry about it? All right, here's Mr. Oniton again. Wow, what is this? Myanmar preparing to shut down import of Thai soft drinks via land transport. All right, let me read this, though. Petition calling for Oniton's resignation exceeds signature target. New target set. So on change.org, there was an initial target of 200,000 signatures to get the public health minister, Anutin Charnvirakul, to get him to resign. The target has now been increased to 300,000, with over 211,600 who have signed the petition at the time of this article. Anutin has widely been criticized for his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, with signatures demanding the reins be handed over to someone with proper expertise. He's also the guy who said that we can blame this virus on the filthy Farang. Is this a new strain? I heard India is really hurting because of a different strain of COVID. Scott, how can you make money in Thailand now after the third wave? Let's brainstorm. I got my ways. I don't. The thing is also is my expenses have gone down a little bit because I'm not going anywhere, which is a good thing for now. And I was planning on buying a bunch of equipment too, but now I'm like, why? Why? What happens if? Here's the thing. What happens if things get worse? This is my mother's thinking. She taught me this. Think about the what ifs, right? It finally stuck, a little while ago, a year or so ago. It's a year and a half ago, whatever. It stuck. But what if they don't get enough vaccinations, or it doesn't work all that well, and people are still dying and they still feel the need to stay shut down, or they just want to stay shut down? What's going to happen then? Well, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be miserable. There's going to be a lot of people who Well, some people, uh, they're not going to be very happy, and they're going to be. I would say crime will go up, and there may be some protests and that kind of thing. I don't know though, because if you're starving, how you don't really feel like protesting. Is the government going to help? Is the government? This is the thing. Is the government going to accept help from other countries? Like when there was the tsunami, and they told the United States, "We don't want your help." You got to stock up on stuff. Yeah. Slowly but surely, the first wave, we got all kinds of stuff. We bought enough water to last for 6 months, drinking water, plus a bunch of, like all kinds of food and stuff. And that's pretty much gone. Most of that stuff's gone. And we've started stocking up again, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. And we're okay now, but we still need to get some more stuff, which is why I'm ordering some this week, and then we'll order some next week, and we order a little bit extra every time, and it adds up. An American in Phnom Penh, that's not going to happen. I won't be going to Phnom Penh. I can tell you that. You think I'm going to bring my family to Phnom Penh? If anything, I'll be an American in Costa Rica or an American in Ecuador. Or an American in Mexico. Hi, I'm Scott. I'm an American. Yo soy americano en Mexico. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. I've forgotten my Spanish. My wife my wife says to me yesterday, "Isn't Ecuador even more poor than Thailand?" I go, no, it's not. Medellin's not going to happen. I've been to Medellin, and I certainly don't want my family going there. No offense to the Colombians out there, but I just don't. I don't want to live there. You know, or Panama or Nicaragua. No, you know. I'm starting a GoFundMe for soy dog helmet for face shields. Apparently, that stuff comes out fast enough to tear your retina. Huh? What stuff? What are you talking about? Apparently, that stuff comes out fast enough to tear your retina. I don't even know if I want to know what you're talking about. My wife just bought some face shields. I'm like, what the hell is this for? In case we gotta wear them. Which Ko Chang are you talking about? Ko Chang in the east, Ko Chang in the south, or the southwest, rather. Juju. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. Thailand endorses specific vaccines for foreign visitors. There are 8 COVID-19 vaccine makers, including Sinovac Biotech Ltd. and Pfizer Inc. for foreign visitors seeking to shorten a mandatory quarantine on arrival. Visitors to Thailand will need to upload copies of the vaccination certificates on the website of the nation's foreign ministry prior to arrival to reduce the quarantine period to 7 days. Those without vaccinations will still need to undergo 10 days of isolation, and visitors from countries including South Africa will be subject to a 2-week quarantine. The list of approved vaccine makers are Sinovac, AstraZeneca, SK Bioscience, Pfizer, BioNTech, uh, Serum Institute of India, Johnson and Johnson, Moderna, and Sinopharm Group. Thailand is betting on a return of foreign visitors to rescue its economy from its worst performance in more than 2 decades. You can't count on the foreigners, man. They're not going to be able to count on us. You know, they can count on the expats, at least for some money. But they're not going to be able to count on the tourists for a while. That's my opinion, and I stand by it. Because really, how many people want to come here right now when they look at what's going on in Thailand? And, okay, yeah, you can come over here and maybe, oh, God, I'm going to get myself a nice little Thai girl and everything's going to be great. Oh, God, do you really want to go Paitio around Thailand where every place you go, you're going to get checked? Every province you go into, you're probably going to get checked now. And if you have it, you're going to get thrown in the clink. You're going to get thrown in the hospital or the hospital or the field hospital. And if she doesn't have it, she's not going in with you. So guess what? She's gone. You come over here, you hanging out with your girl. All right, you can go to a restaurant and have some food with her. You can bang her, assuming that you trust her not to be around people who, might have it. She, like on the weekend, she goes, I'm going to go visit my brother. And she goes over to her boyfriend's hotel, or apartment rather, goes over to her boyfriend's apartment, and there's a bunch of people partying, sitting there drinking beer, drinking whiskey together, sitting on the floor like they do, eating food. Somebody gets it. He walks in through the lobby, gets the virus, brings it upstairs. They all sit around. She comes back, gives it to you. You don't feel good. You go in, boom, next thing you know, you're in the hospital. That's how it happens. Would you move to Vietnam? No. If I was single, yes. With my family, no. At this point, I won't move anywhere that is not easily accessible to my parents. How you doing, Carl? Yeah, I wouldn't move anywhere if it's not easily accessible to my family. And that's why I said Costa Rica, Ecuador, even Portugal, maybe I would consider. Scott, what did you eat today? What did I eat today? I had a bowl of muesli with raisins and milk and espresso. And that's it. Gennaro comes through with the super sticker. Choke D to you, Mr. Gennaro. You are the first super chat of the day. Imagine that. COVID, STD, the same. Somehow I don't think so. I think I'd rather have an STD than the COVID, to be honest, depending on what STD it is. If it's the kind you just get a quick shot and it goes away, then okay. Listen up. Here we go. Look in the top right there, or you can just look right here. Check this out. There you go. An American in Bangkok t-shirt. You want your American in Bangkok t-shirt? You know you do. Use the code CHEDDA. CHEDDA. Double D as in, double D. CHEDDA. And you're going to get 20% off of all t-shirts and coffee mugs. There you go. I like how I did that. Cialis should be cheaper now. I wouldn't know. Kolan and Kosichang remain open, as well as Chonburi. As well in Chonburi. Oh. Okay, well, so what's the point though? If you're not there and you got to go, like what was the guy? Be More on was saying he wanted to know about going to Koh Samui or whatever. Go ahead, as long as you're willing to take the chance and go into the hospital for 2 weeks if that's what you want. I don't want that. Listen, it's I have enough problems being at home and being comfortable. I'm very comfortable here, but to stay here all the time is not something that I I like. I like to be able to go out, do what I want. That's the thing. You're stuck. You can go out. Just curious if I can chat, Scott. Well, apparently you can. But I wouldn't be going from province to province. I just wouldn't do it now. I don't think it's the wisest move at the moment. If you got the time, just wait a little bit. But if you don't have the time, yeah, I had to whitelist my own name. If you believe that, Jesus Christ, this is YouTube in our day and age, and guarantee you that this stream. Let me see if I can find out right now that this stream is going to be demonetized, and I'm going to have it reviewed simply because I'm saying the word COVID. 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 Let's see if it has been already. I can tell if it has been already. Let me see. No, it hasn't been. So that's good. Although that doesn't mean it won't be. Add B Moron to the stream, Scott. Isn't he in the stream? What do you mean? Bring him in? He can come in if he wants. Tokyo Sam could come in if he wants to. Here's the link. Who's this? Patrick Troy. Thank you. Wow. It's the end of the month, too. You know what that means. Rent's due. Thank you, Patrick Troy. Choke knee to you. I said to my wife the other day, and my kids, I go, things get worse. We might have to make a run for it and, go down in the south to your mother's place and just go into the jungle there. Or we might just have to go find some, deserted beach with a couple of bungalows that they're dying for people to be there. Well, what about Sid and what about Odie? Hey, we're going to have to bring them with. You got to bring them with you, It's like the Beverly Hillbillies. Pack up all your belongings, How's that song go? Let me see something here. Oh, man. Now, what is it? And listen to a story. What is it? About a man named Jed. What is it? Let me see here. Come and listen to my story about a man named Jed. Loaded up the truck and they moved to Kopangan, Suratani. Ocean, that is. Beautiful beaches. No people. Longhorns, did you book a flight yet? I don't think he did. I believe that flight is on hold. All right, there we go. Well, there is the link. If somebody wants to come in, there's only a few people that can come in right now. Gennaro's always welcome. Longhorns is always welcome. B Moron, you can come in here. Tokyo Sam, you can come in. All you got to do is click that little link right there. No, that won't happen for a couple weeks, but I'm pushed back to mid-June now. My sister begged me to stay until then, and I caved in. Yes, you did. You caved. But that's all right. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Let me see here. What's going on? I'm curious, really. I'm still curious because I can't tell the difference because I'm not watching my own streams. But I'm curious to know if anybody can tell the difference in the quality of the audio. I told that would be it, no more. You told her that would be it, no more. Oh, you can see that here. There you go. All right. Let's move it this way. The quality should be quite a bit better. Want to grill my girlfriend with questions I should be concerned with? Um, Grill her? I'd be happy to ask her some questions to talk to her, but I'm not going to grill her like, are you okay? Are you a good girl for him? I don't want to do that to anybody, but you want to bring her on, bring her on. Sure, why not? If you're that willing to bring your girl onto a stream with like 99% guys, go for it. Yep, I need to live my life because it's my life and it's now or never. I don't want to live forever. I tell you what, like when my wife said to me yesterday when she said, um, "I don't want to live like this for another year." I looked at her and I was like, "You think I do?" I mean, none of us do. I don't want to live like this for another month. Imagine if this is how you had to live the rest of your life for another, say, 50 years. You're 25-year-old or something like that, and you got to live for another 50, 60 years where the only time you can go out is to go to the grocery or go to the doctor or for an hour of exercise a day. That would just suck. And in the meantime, the leaders of China are out having parties and running around doing whatever they want. Leaders of all the countries would be doing anything they want, running around without masks, laughing and joking, while we're stuck inside. Anyway. All right, so the petition, uh, I don't see, they didn't put a link to it. Oh, here it is right here. Yes, they did. Thank you very much. Here it is right here. Wow. Did they have it in English? Call for memorandum. The minister of the Ministry of Education resigned from failure to resolve. This is a translation into English from Thai. The doctor did not bear to reply to Mr. Yeah, I don't know. 211,907 people have petition is on change.org. Let's see here. Phuket, a resort island, is working to completely waive the quarantine from July for vaccinated tourists. Well, I think you know what? It's going to be a perfect. It's going to be a perfect test tube to see what happens to those people who come to the island and they're vaccinated and they can't go anywhere. They're stuck with everybody there, right there on the island, and it'll be perfect to see what happens. Is there going to be a lot more people? Is there going to be less people? What's going to happen? You know, those. What does it say here? Foreign visitors. Okay, I already said that. Will need to present a certificate of entry, a valid visa, health insurance, and COVID-19 test results along with their vaccine certificate, according to the foreign ministry rules. Those seeking shorter quarantine should have taken their shots no less than 14 days before travel date. So that's a bit of a, so you got to get your shot within 2 weeks of going to Thailand. Now think about that. That's just for short-term tourists that are okay with not leaving Phuket. Well, let's see here. Those seeking shorter quarantine should have taken their shots no less than 14 days before travel. COVID mismanagement. Wow. This is on Bangkok Jack. He's vehemently against the government and what they're doing. It kind of looks that way from what he said. I think he's kind of pissed off too about what's going on here. The COVID mismanagement has devastated Thailand's tourism industry. I didn't say this; he did on his site, which provided more than $60 billion in revenue from about 40 million foreign visitors in 2019. While Thailand has been successful in containing the outbreak, a fresh wave of infections tied to entertainment venues in Bangkok has prompted authorities to order the closure of pubs and bars in the affected areas. Now, when it comes to COVID mismanagement, I'm hesitant to say that, but what I will say is, why are there so few vaccinations available? And why is it that they say very, very little about the foreigners who live here? No, you need to wait at least 2 weeks after your second shot. Yeah. Scott, have you already started drafting your acceptance speech for hottest dad in all of Thailand? I never think about it, to be honest. I would just wing it if I had to give some acceptance speech like that. I would just wing it. Thanks a lot, guys, for voting me hottest dad. So that would make me let's see here. That'd make me a DILF, right? A dad I'd like to. I'm in dire need of a shave, but I'm very lazy. I don't want to. What is this? Oh, I can't even get into the Financial Times. They don't even let me read the article. But Indian security forces called in to bolster the fight against the COVID wave. India is. This is not good what's going on there. This is absolutely horrific. You voted twice. What's DB? DB. What is? I can't even see. DBILTF. Do I really want to know what that means? The facial hair is alpha. Don't need to shave it yet. Well, listen. I'm alpha whether I got a freaking beard on or not. But I'll tell you what, I need a trim. And it starts feeling like it's a rug on my face, you know. What is DB? Oh, Daddy Bear. Oh, Jesus. No, I don't know. I don't think about these things. You hear the bird? Can you hear this? He's wrapping up against the window. Oh, a little bear. You should put a tiger there. What do you drink? Mostly milk and coffee. I've been pounding water every day. Water, coffee. Scott, why don't you have any pets? TKO Sam, where have you been? I do have pets. In fact, I should get Sid in here. Let me see if I can get him. Sid. Sid. Hey, Nikki. Sid, come here. Here, boy. Here, boy. Come on in here, buddy. I got a lion cub. My little Sid. Hmm? He has cubs for pets. We have Odie the dog. Check it out, man. Can you see yourself right there? Look at the cat. Look. Oh, there he is. Oh, so B Moran has come on here. I never see any animals during these streams. Hey, Kittles, did he come when you called? Yeah, he does come. All right, let's add this guy on here with his chick. Hey, what's happening?
What's going on, Scott?
Hello,
Hey.
Swaddy Cup. Say hello to my little friend.
What's up? He's not attacking you yet.
No, not yet, but he will. Especially if I stop petting him.
Yeah.
Yeah, meow, meow, meow.
The chat, though.
He comes when we call him. He does.
Hello, Scott.
Hello. Somebody in my cub?
I'm really good, thank you.
Yeah, you're good? So you guys are getting married or what?
Huh?
You guys are getting married soon or what? When's the wedding?
Thanks, Scott. It's off to a good start.
Hey, let's get it out there right away. Huh? You want to go?
Meow, meow, meow.
So what are you guys up to?
What are we doing today? We're going
to
Samui?
to fix my phone.
Fix a phone.
Oh, to fix your phone. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, hey, Ron and phone. Ron and phone.
Hey, Thailand here. What's up, man?
Thailand.
I just, you know what? I start petting this thing, and the next thing I know, I'm like, I just want to hug him. He's like a little teddy bear. He's like a little daddy bear.
He bites you like that.
He does, and it's because I'm not petting him. He gets pissed when I don't pet him.
Is she on
Let's see if he
here?
does it now.
He or she?
His name is Sid.
Sid. Oh.
Because of Sid Barrett from Pink Floyd.
I thought it was Sid Vicious.
No, that's what everybody thinks, but it's Sid Barrett because my kid likes Pink Floyd. You want to get out of here? Go. Where?
Whoa.
Let's see if you can open the door. Yeah, he did. All right, here. I need some help. Go, get out. It's either in or out. See my patung? I wear a patung.
Oh, yeah, patung.
Yes, I know that.
When I stay at home, I always wear it because a patung. The cat is definitely cute. Points here. Guys, don't forget to like the live stream. Hey, I like the live stream because I brought my cat on here. Yeah, my cat doesn't have any balls. He got his balls cut off because I didn't want little cats around here. So what's the story? Tell me your story, phone.
Me?
What's your story with Mr. Ron?
With Mr. Ron. Oh,
is it love?
Yes.
It's love.
I'm in love with him.
But you guys know each other for a long time, ใช่ไหม?
ใช่ค่ะ It's like 2 or 3 years.
2 or 3 years.
Something like that.
Well, that's a long time. I think it's time to pull the trigger. What are you going to do when he has to leave? เวลาเขาจะกลับบ้านคุณจะทำอะไรอ่ะ?
I'm crying when he go home.
Crying?
I'm going to cry when he go home.
But you work. You have a job. It's still working now because of the COVID?
Yes. I just quit my job.
You quit your job?
Yes.
Well,
that, Scott?
I guess it depends.
What did
You
you
got
say?
money in the bank? You got big money?
Big money in the bank, right?
No, just a little bit.
A little bit.
I
But
When are
think
you have a
when are you gonna
man.
get a job again? When will you get a job?
So
me.
you go get a new job.
So when you leave, I will get a new job as soon.
Uh, you quit your job so you can spend time with him. You
Yes.
know, a lot of times, when the man comes, the foreigner comes to Thailand, they want to
Mm-hmm.
be with the girl, and they don't want to be alone all the time. They don't want to go to the bars and just sit in the bars alone and have to meet a new girl and a new girl.
I
What
don't
they
think
want
so.
is they want
this
somebody to
wasn't
be
my
with them to,
idea.
to
This wasn't
buy
my idea.
Tio and,
I don't
huh?
think so.
I said keep your job. I'm the opposite. I said keep your job. Completely
Well,
her.
listen, as long as she wants to work, that's good. You know, I always tell the foreigner, if the girl doesn't want to work, why do you want to be with her? If you're an old man and you got plenty of money, okay, I understand. She stays at home, you stay at home. You don't have to worry about the money. Okay, but if she's young, how many girls that really, you have to think about it. The girl, what kind of life she's going to have if she don't want to do anything? She have to have
Right.
something special in her life. She has to take care of her mother. She has to work at a job. She has to volunteer for something. She has to do something.
Right. I agree. You're right.
So, but how old are you, Ron?
Me, I'll be 30.
Oh, you're young, man. And what about you?
So
24.
me,
He's of
25.
C. 25.
25.
Okay. Scott dropping truth bombs all over here. Nice looking couple. Best wishes to you, Ron and Phone. There you go.
Thanks.
Well, it's always nice to see when it works out.
Yeah.
When couples work out, when you have a Thai guy or a Thai girl and a guy, a foreigner, who it works out and they're happy.
Yeah. We hope.
And you know, when I got married, I was 37, but I met
36.
her when I was like 36 or something like that. Trying to think, 26, 30. What is it? 26 minus 58 is 32. So when I came here, I was about 32, 33. And then I met her, I was like 36.
Okay.
And we've been together since then. So,
Mm,
So
long time.
I can say that's some good
So you have to
perspective.
make sure you're not going to get bored. And if she pops out a couple of kids, you got to be ready that you might not be number one anymore. Right now, you see she's there, she's hugging you, and oh, Ron, I miss you. Oh, yeah. But when you have babies, you're going to be like, whatever your baby's kid's name, you're going to be like, oh, and you're going to be like, Ron, wait, 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 take it easy.
right.
That's what's going to happen. Scott, start giving marriage advice and buying property and having kids and rest. Yeah, what are you going to do? You going to go to America? You going to bring her to America, or what's going to happen? You're not sure?
I don't know about that.
Uh,
Talked about that.
I think now it's very difficult.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I don't know with the COVID if they're even letting people come in. I don't really know.
That's why I'm gonna try and figure out how I can stay as long as possible because I don't know when I'll be back.
Yeah, you might want to get like a lawyer or something to help you with it. You don't really need it, but right now you might need it because of the COVID. When my
Mhm.
wife first got to go to America, it was very easy because we've been married, we have kids. And so she went in. I was surprised. She put all the paperwork in. They said, you have an appointment. She went in. And I was like, I'll go there with you and I'll just wait outside. And she goes, nah, don't worry about it. She goes, if I'm going to go, I'm going to go. If I'm not, I'm not. So she went in 10 minutes. She called me up and said, okay, that's it. It's done. That was the
What?
interview, 10-minute interview. And I was like, I was almost pissed because I was like, why did they make it so easy for her? But I guess because, she's married, they can prove that she's married. She has a job. She has money in the bank. We have children. There's a reason to come back. And
Exactly.
so there's no sponsorship. There's none of that. She got in on her own. you
Oh,
know,
wow.
and that's important. So now she's got to, you know, she can go in for 10 years. What is this? Do you even want to get married? That's the most important question.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of
What do you?
course, he says. Longhorns is like 47. He doesn't want to get married.
Oh, okay. Be sure.
Sammy, that how do you know that? My wife knows these things, but
I need some water.
some
Water.
people they gotta talk about all kinds of things.
It's a orange juice.
Yeah, orange juice.
So where are you right now? You're in a hotel?
Yeah, we're right on Beach Road.
Oh. And where's she from? Majak Changwaraya.
I'm from Seascape. Seascape.
Sisaket. Oh, I've
Yeah,
been there before.
Seascape.
Long time ago.
A long time ago.
It was one of my first trips with a. I went. That was the time I went. Let me think. I met a girl and her sister. And then I went back to America, and then I got a cheap ticket, so I came back to Thailand like a month later, and
Oh.
I knew where she lived, so I went to where she lived, and her sister was there. Her sister said she went back home to see Saget. And I said, "Oh, that's too bad because I'm here for like 1 week. Oh, you want to go see her?" I said, "Yeah, okay." So she got me a taxi, and I took a taxi all the way to Sisaket.
Oh my god, that's so long.
Yeah, and then I stayed there. And I couldn't stay in her house, you know, because she was staying with her mother and father. And she got me a hotel, and she would come stay with me until like, you know, midnight, and then she would go back and go to her family's house, and then in the morning she would come pick me up
You come
every
again.
every day. Scott, ask more questions. This is funny. Well,
It's funny.
you know why?
Why?
Because if you were like a certain type of girl, the guys would be like, they want to know, okay, so you know, how much money does he give you every month? Are you going to marry him? And how much does he have to give you? Does he have to give your family money? And they want to know how much is sinsot, how much is,
How
you
much
know,
is
all
on?
this. You know, they always want to know these things. They want to know what your intentions are. But I always look at it like, if a girl is good, she will show herself to be good. If she's bad, she's going to show that she's bad. Give
I
it
think I found
time.
a good one.
Oh,
guys.
hi,
I found
Bila.
a good-
You know, what is it? Yak do nanan.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah.
ใช่ใช่ yeah.
You know, that's what a lot of girls say. They say they want to know you for a long time. Well, you want to know them for a long time too.
Exactly.
So that you get to see things. And if you've known her for 2 or 3 years, you know, that's a long time.
It's only 100,000 baht a month, guys. It's really not that much money.
That's it. Yeah.
I only have to give her
That's not
100,000
much.
baht a month.
100,000 baht.
Is Ron able to work in Thailand after getting a marriage visa? He can
That's much of a
if he finds a job and gets a work permit. If he doesn't have a work permit, he can't get a job. Well, if he doesn't, he can get a job with a marriage visa, and then they'll give you the work. You'll have to get the work permit. So
How
in
many
other words, you have to
Facebook
find a company
friends
that
that
will
are
sponsor
foreigners
you. And right now, it's
How many
difficult.
Facebook friends?
that you have are foreigners?
No.
None?
Just only 2 or 3.
2 or 3?
Something like that.
That's good. Ron, are you there on special tourist visa?
No, I'm on a regular 45-day, the standard one. So,
Now, did you go for an extension already?
not yet, but we're getting ready to.
Yeah. Well, they'll give you the extension, but whether they'll give you another extension
That's what
after that,
exactly.
it's a little more difficult because they may tell you just got to go. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, does he have a job lined up?
No.
Well, yeah. Have you thought about working here?
Yeah, I've thought about it, but I build data rooms and stuff for the government, so back home. So it's something. It's not like something you could do, remotely.
Yeah. You might be able to do it, but I think it's not easy. You know, my buddy used to do. He used to take care of the data security,
Right.
with networks and stuff like that. And
Yeah, but I build the rooms. I build the whole like data rooms. I don't like do the programming and stuff. So I'm like the
yeah.
head person who builds these big ass.
So
Like,
you have to find places that want something like that and then get the
exactly.
job, which
Exactly. It's
is
easy in the government. Sometimes I work at the Pentagon. Sometimes I work at the Capitol. Sometimes I work at the White House. Sometimes I work
it's better you bring
all
her
over the
with you
place.
then. Don't give up your job and come work here.
Well, I
Really?
already did. I quit my job. So
You quit it?
yeah, I can go back when I want to. Yeah, I quit.
Boy, that is love,
They were
man.
never going to give me this amount of time off.
So you just quit.
Well, I sold a house. And then it took forever. The house went off contract, and I was like, "Damn!" Well, I quit my job. I was counting on going to Thailand probably in November. I was planning on going, I think, and then the house fell through, and I was delivering groceries until I got here, just to make some money. But I tell you what, delivering groceries, you make a lot of money right now because nobody wants to go to the grocery store.
People tip over there? Are they tipping?
Oh my God, tip like $50, $100. They're crazy tips. It just depends on where you deliver. Yeah, I was like, damn, I can't believe how much money I'm making delivering groceries. It was just something to hold me over until I got here. So, but yeah, when I get back,
Steve Moore, stock and commodity trading.
Yeah, I was on the Dogecoin. That helped out a lot too. While I was over here. I got it at 4 cents. Went up to 40. Yeah. It's up at like 26 or something now. I was on that. Yeah. I do some trading. Big Tesla. Tesla.
Just asking because when he gets married, I'm assuming he will live in Thailand.
Maybe. I don't know.
Listen, honestly, I would make sure you got enough money. Square things away with her to where you get married. Even if you live in America for 5 or 10 years, Steve Moore's a good guy to talk to. Live there, make as much dough as you can, buy a little place here, and then if you want to go back and forth, you can do that. Right. Eventually you can get her in there.
Well,
I'm sure you'll
really
get her
good
in.
At washing dishes, and she's got a job, so she can take care of me, and I'll just take care of the house.
Well, would you do that? Would you take care of him?
Would you take care of me?
Yes, 100%.
No, see.
Oh, now she sounds like a Westerner. 100%. 100%. You've been watching Netflix. On Netflix, I noticed
you watching too much
they have a lot of shows on with younger people on Netflix, like Love Island, Are You the One? All these shows where they have younger people, these reality shows. And every single person on there says things like 100%. 100%. Super. I'm super excited. I can't just be excited. I'm super excited.
We applied for 90 Day Fiance. We applied.
90 days.
Oh, God. That's the other one. I forgot about that one. There's some knuckleheads on there, though, man. Really.
Sure.
Some really.
We're not enough of a train wreck for that show.
Well, it's good. I mean, listen, it to me, it doesn't seem like there are as many chowderheads as there used to be. I know they're out there, but, even 5 years ago, 10 years ago, man, I got message after message about, she wants this much money every month. And, she says she loves me, but in Thailand, I have to pay money and, I have to do this. And why doesn't she want me to meet her family? And, if she loves me so much, just all these questions. And now I don't get as many of them.
The whole family last night. We were out with daughter, sisters, mom. They made barbecue yesterday, babe.
Yes.
So yeah, big barbecue. So.
And
I'm all tied in. I'm all over the Instagram and the Facebook and everything.
Yeah.
They're different.
Well, that's good. So they like you.
Oh yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. That's all right. Longhorns wants what you have. He wants a girl. He wants to get married.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for his response. No, he doesn't want to get married.
You told me.
He just doesn't want to deal. He doesn't want to deal with women. on a
Yeah.
long-term basis, you know, which is, you know, I don't know how much time you spent with her out of 3 years.
Yeah. Well, not including phone, like
Yeah,
actual.
I'm not talking about, I'm
Yeah,
talking about in
exactly.
person.
In person, yeah, like 3 week clips, for every 4 months for what? Yeah,
No,
something.
Ron can have the dream.
That's cool. I understand.
Yeah, I never had the dream. I didn't have that dream of, oh my God, I'm going to go there and meet the most wonderful. It just
Uh,
kind of happens.
that's what happened to me too. I didn't come here for this. Just kind of
Yeah.
happened. Met a cool person. Well,
Yeah, there's some good girls out there, you know. I mean, but in fact, one of the things that I was talking to a guy yesterday about was that the women in the West, he was talking about one of his buddies who the girl cheated on him in I think it was in Canada or America. She cheated on him, and she said that she did it because he wasn't attending to her needs. He wasn't loving enough or something. And so he has to give her money, and
wow.
she got like almost all of his stuff. So the he's got next to nothing now. And he doesn't even have enough money to be able to pay for a place to stay because he's
Oh,
got to pay her. And if he doesn't pay her, they'll garnish his wages. So that's why a lot of people, like in the States now, they don't want to get married, you know. They're like, the system's against them. I'd get married if I thought it would work out.
Hmm.
Well, I'd be interested in seeing that, Longhorns. Hmm. You got sisters?
yes.
Phone?
1, 2, 3
Th-
sisters. I
Three.
have three
And
sisters. Yes.
how old?
One in America.
Yes.
They're all in America?
One in
Oh, one
America.
is. And she's
One
married to an
is
American?
Hmm.
Wow. There you go. And what about the other two?
And what about the other two? The one is pregnant.
Pregnant. Yeah,
Yes.
she's pregnant.
Pregnant?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thai guy or Farang?
Hey guy.
Thai guy. Okay. And the other one?
And how to say that?
She's dating somebody.
She's
We
dating.
went and picked her up, and it was like, what, 3 hours, 300 kilometers away?
200.
200 kilometers. We went for a road trip the other day.
Oh, that's cool.
Picked her up.
Pick her up.
When
Down
was this?
some
When was
dirt-
this though?
Down some dirt road in some real remote place in Thailand. It's like,
What is
Yeah,
that? No,
was.
it's that.
But when was this?
like
How long
2
ago?
days- 2 or 3 days ago. We
And
went
did you
picked her up.
cross provinces?
2 days
I guess
ago.
so, yeah. We crossed provinces. We went through toll roads. I don't know.
Did you go to another province by จังหวัด ตอนนี้
มหา
อยู่
ชั
จัง
ย
หวัดชลบุรีจะไปที่ไหน
มหาชัย
so ไม่มี checkpoint ไม่มีอะไรอ่ะก็ไม่ได้ check
no
so
nothing
so they're saying that they're testing everybody and they have checkpoints and they're stopping but they're not always.
It's not
Oh,
true.
bullshit.
Bullshit.
I hate to say that, but you know, like most governments are just, I don't want to even say it. You know, they're full of it. Where did you all meet, Ron? Give us the backstory. We like being nosy here.
Yeah. We met in Thailand, guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. Thailand. In here.
And you managed to connect and continue talking to each other for almost 3 years.
What?
Wait. 2018.
It's like yeah, 18.
Right. 2018, 19, 20, 21. It's almost but 4.
Yeah, but very end of 18.
Something like that.
And you
18, 19,
ไม่มี
20,
แฟนเหรอ
นี่ไง
คนก็ไม่เคยมีเหรอ
เคยมี
So before she had a boyfriend, but not now. She only you. When he goes home, do you have like foreigners and Thai guys coming to you, they like, hey, where's your boyfriend? Because I know, like, like sometimes before, a lot more when I was younger, but I would go somewhere and I would not be with my wife, and the girls would come to me and they would say, "Oh, where's your wife? You have a wife? Yeah, I'm married. Where's your wife? Why she don't come here? You
Uh-huh.
know, my Mateo
Just
con
say,
Dio, and I always just go because she's busy. She didn't want to come. Whatever it is. But they always want to know. There's always people. Oh, where's your boyfriend?
yes,
How,
yes.
you know.
Always asking something like that.
Uh,
Where is your boyfriend? Are you
yeah.
single?
You
Something
sure
like
you have a boyfriend? Where is he? That's how it works, man. They're always, they're curious. And yak lu, yak hen, yak lu. You
Always
know.
want to know.
Yeah, they're very, like bye night, kin kao riang. They always want to know, what are you doing? Where are you going? Where's you have a boyfriend? Where's your boyfriend? They're constantly doing that. So, listen, if you can carry on that long distance relationship and she's being cool with you,
Yeah.
you're a lucky man. Yeah, really. You found a good girl then,
I appreciate
because
it.
there's a lot of them out there that like you would have a lot of problems, and that's the guys who used to write me. They'd be like, I don't know, I call her up and I hear like noises, like she's at the bar, or I hear noises, she says she's with her girlfriend, but I think she's with another guy or something like that. So that happens.
How much money do you send me a month, Dave?
How much?
How much you send me a month?
How much
1
money
baht.
do you pay him every month?
1 baht.
100,000. Listen, I used to know girls who they would tell me, my boyfriend sent me 100,000 every month. This is 25 years ago.
Jeez.
Oh.
Some 50,000, some
Do
100,000,
you
some
want to leave me and
20,000.
find that guy? Do you want to leave me and find that guy? Find that guy who's going to give you 100,000 every month.
But the thing is
I'm not that guy.
the girl would say, when he's not here, he don't care what I do. But when he comes to Thailand, I have to be with him every day, every minute, all the time. So she would, I didn't care, I was like, whatever, If I don't have to pay and he's paying, good for me.
Why you sing like that, Scott? Why you always sing like that, Scott? Huh?
I don't know. Now I don't think about it.
That's good.
I never think about it now. I mean, I'm married. I've been married for 21 years.
Wow.
And I don't run around, I mean, I look and I can look at a girl and go, oh, she's very beautiful, or she's pretty, or whatever. But I don't. It's not good, because I got kids and I got 2 dogs. I got a dog and a cat, and
Can I look at girls and tell you that they're pretty?
No.
They would all be.
I will kill you if you say that. If you say like that, I will kill you.
Yeah, but I don't do it in front of my wife. I'm not going to sit with her and go, oh, look at her.
Don't do that. Don't do like
No,
that.
that's not good. That's not good. No, you
It's
do
not
it inside your head.
Yes, good.
Yeah.
Only inside
Do
of
they
your
still do dowry there in Thailand? It's not really a dowry. It's not quite the same as a dowry. It's the bride price, and they do still do it. He's talking about Sinsod.
Since
Her mom said no.
Sometimes they do it,
Yeah.
but it's less now. Not as same 25, 30 years ago, 50 years ago.
Her mom said she'll pay me if I take her.
my mom said,
Take this girl away. Take this girl away.
No, that's my mom
She gives me a
said.
headache. Yeah, they still do it, but not. It is going. There's not as many people doing it as before. Yesterday or 2 days ago, I told the story about how the girl used to be a long time ago, maybe 50 years ago, 100 years ago, how the man used to go to work and the woman would stay at home and make the house and take care of
Yes.
the baby or whatever. The man would come home. She would say, hello, my husband, what the, right? He'd come in. She would give him food. This is true. She would give him food. She would give him a massage. She would take care of him. Maybe take care of the abnam high, everything. Go into bed, do everything with him, and then when she's finished, she would go to the end of the bed. Kapkun, my husband.
Really?
You don't know about this. See, she's so young, she don't even know about it. It's true. Ask your mother or your grandmother. But before, that's how it used to be. Maybe not exactly like that, but similar to that. They would be like, thank you, my husband, because the husband was supposed to take care of the wife with the money, and the wife would take care of the house. But now, because the girl works for herself, she's like, I want to be with him because I want to be with him, not because I need to have somebody take care of me, Is it more in the small provinces than the big cities? I don't know. Ask her. I don't think so. I think it's about the same. The Sinsot. You think it's more in the Bangkok or in Bangkok? They still have Sinsot. They still do it.
Yes.
They do it everywhere, but it's not as much as say 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And then when you get married, he's got to give Sinsot.
Ask him.
Well, your mom already told me.
My mom not tell you.
Did you talk to her mother about it?
Yeah, we brought it up before.
Before?
Yeah.
When?
Before. You don't remember.
I don't remember about that.
So right now, that's kind of like disappeared. That subject is like not being spoken about. So you see, here it is in the stream. We're bringing that subject back up.
Thanks.
Oh man. When I first got with my wife, her sister found out. Oh, she's got a boyfriend now. The sister came to where we were and was banging on the door.
Oh.
She wanted to talk to me. She was angry. She was like, "You stay with her now. Now you must pay. You must pay Sinsod. You must get married. You must do this." And my wife said, "Shut up. Go away. I will talk to our mother. I will talk to our mother myself. I don't want. You're my sister. You're not my mother." But the sister was angry because she was like, "What are you doing? You have a boyfriend?" That was crazy.
Yes.
Either way, until you're married, hold on to your money. If things change for the worse for some reason, you don't screw yourself. Up to you.
I told them about me giving you 50,000 baht and me using you as ATM. You just give me money when I ask. They think I'm crazy.
No, I don't think you're crazy. I think if as long as you trust her and you don't give her more. If he gave you like 10 million and said hold on to his money, I would be like, you're crazy. Not because he cannot trust you, but because maybe he can't. And that's a lot of money. If that's all his money and he saved that for all his life and that's all his money, why is he going to put it? Why can he not take care of it himself?
No, this is
You understand?
around money. I just gave it for walking around.
Yeah, but if he gives you some money so that, like, oh, you have to give him some money for this or pay for that, a little bit here, a little bit there, okay, it's not a problem. Not too much money. That's really not. That's like $1,500. That's not a huge amount.
ATM fees. No, honesty, that's really what it was about.
Yeah, why don't you get a? You can't get a bank account here yet. You haven't got one.
I just haven't went through the effort to do it.
Yeah, it's a pain in the neck. 50,000 baht. Was thinking 50,000. That's baby. No, not $50,000.
No,
50,000 baht. That's not all that much. And also, when you go shopping, she takes care of everything, right?
You
That's
take,
a chaduchak. ก็ไปเที่ยวก็ไปซัวอะไรก็ได้ แล้วก็ถ้าเขาไปใช่ไหมเขาจ่ายเงินบางทีเขาจะจ่ายเยอะ แล้วก็คุณไปคุณจะมีตกลงก็อยู่จะคุยกันแล้วก็เป็นทุกสู้ทุกกว่าใช่ไหม you don't have to pay as much because you're the Thai. You go and you buy something, you buy it for 500 baht. Maybe he goes and they go, oh, yeah, okay, 800 baht. You know, like a chowder shop. But for you, because you're Thai, it's more easy. You know, that's what I'm saying. If he wants to go buy clothes or something like that in somewhere, they will charge more money to the foreigner most of the time if you don't speak Thai.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't
Well,
think so.
Depends on where you go, you know, and what you're buying. But a lot of time, that's why the guy gives the money to the girl, because the girl goes and takes. Listen, when I go with my wife and I go somewhere, if I want, I can speak Thai. Sometimes I get a better price than she does, but it depends on what we're buying. If we're buying something and I go, I don't want to talk to this guy because I don't want to have to go. Oh, 3,000 baht, oh, paying mark na, oi, tamai, you know, I don't want to have to go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
So I just tell her, go buy it, you know. And she will tell him, you know, oh no, you know, you can make it for 2,000, and the guy will, 2,200. She will negotiate. I can do it, but I don't want to do it. You know, I don't want to have to go back and forth and ทำไมแพงจังเลย you know, อันนี้ราคาฝรั่งแล้วราคาไทย you know, is this the Thai price or the foreigner price, or you know, why is it so expensive? Depend on where you go, you know, not everything. If you're going to go buy a piece of chicken, no.
I negotiate more than she does. So like I said,
my wife sometimes gets charged more just because I'm with her. Exactly. That's the thing. Like if I go somewhere, not so much now because, you know, my wife's a little older now and it's not like, you know, it's just different. But if we were to go somewhere like Chatuchak, maybe not now because COVID and they want the business, but before, and I go walking with her, maybe they try to get a more expensive price. And sometimes she'll go, I'm not going to buy it because I know it's too much money. But if I don't go with her, it's easier for her to get the good price because they don't have the farang, you know?
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So, not always, but anyway, anybody else got any more questions for them? Because they got things to do.
Yeah, we're getting ready to roll out, Scott. It was good talking to you, though, man.
It was good to talk to you. It was very nice talking to you, Phone.
Yes, me too.
I hope things are very good for you guys. You're leaving when? Do you know?
Well, my plane ticket's for June 1st. My plane ticket's for June 1st, but we're working on extending that. So.
Okay. Well, you should be able to extend. So, all right.
As this relationship goes, if you want to subscribe to the Be More Ron channel.
Oh yeah, go to his channel. Go ahead. Go to his channel. Subscribe to Be More Ron to see what happens. See what happens with them, with their love affair, their blossoming love affair.
It's posted.
All right. We'll see you guys later. All right. Chok Dina.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Bye. All right. There you go. Nice to have more than just well, we do have Lori on sometimes, but it's nice to have another female on here. Get a little different perspective here. Anyway, she seems like a nice girl. Anyway, I think that's about all we got time for. Unless anybody else has something they want to say, speak now or forever hold your peace. Let me see something here. Yeah, speak now or forever hold your peace. All right. So now maybe I can bring out the music. Put a little music on here. We'll say goodbye. This sounds like I don't know who, like kind of like some grunge music from the 80s or 90s. Anyway, don't forget about the t-shirts. What do you think about guys meeting ladies in Pattaya? Is that okay, though? I think only if you... Let me turn this down a little bit now. I think if you know what you're doing, you have a better chance. It depends on what you want them for. If you want to find the love of your life there, I would say generally no. You know, maybe now more so, but who knows? I mean, I don't know because I don't go there that much. It's been a couple of months since I've been to Pattaya, but all in all, it's not the best place to go to find the love of your life. Not saying you can't find that, but just, you know, there are better places to go than a town that is basically made up of bars and clubs, and, you know, that's the main attraction for Pattaya for many guys. And the girls know this. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let me put this up here. Let me see here. There we go. Don't forget about the t-shirt. There we go. Use the code CHEDDA, CHEDDA, and get 20% off the t-shirts and coffee mugs. Everything's down in the description. I'm going to cut it short. We're going to get out of here. And thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for all the people who contributed. Thank you to all my Patreon patrons, the YouTube sponsors, everybody else who helps out and who contributes in one form or another. Thank you. And as the spaceman says, jerk and my, choke D, jerk and my, that's good luck. And until next time, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Choke D, jerk and my, again. See you later. Good luck to Ron and Phone. Yes, they seem like a nice couple. Nice guy, nice girl. All right, we'll talk to you guys later.